All right, we're ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. All right.
Okay, we are. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you?
Greg, how you doing?
Terrific. Terrific.
I miss you, honey.
Yeah, I miss you
seen
too.
Since
I know.
Thursday.
I know. Busy bee. Busy bee.
I
That's it.
know.
Some of us have to work for a living.
Well,
Some of us don't have. Some of us don't have the pleasure of driving around and just meeting people and just, they have the good life.
Yeah,
That's
right. But
You know that-
I
you know how
did
that
work
goes.
Today, actually, I did a lot this week.
Oh, sure.
I
Okay.
did.
Yeah, of course. You're always doing a lot.
I am. I'm busy. Welcome, Ginger Madonia.
Thank you, darling.
Nice to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Love your hat.
Thank you.
I don't know where the hell you got such a hat. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You look
Appreciate
great.
that.
Your pretty blonde hair and all black. Blondes always look good in black.
What is it?
Blondes always have
look
fun.
good in black.
Blondes are good in
And we
anything.
got Stephen Murphy here.
Mr.
Okay.
Murph. It's not Steve Murph. It's Murph.
Murph.
The big Murph. The big man right here. You kidding me?
Good
Yeah.
afternoon, everyone.
How are you? How you
Glad-
doing?
Yep, great to be here. Glad to be here. Really
I'm
fun.
glad you're here. I didn't realize you were coming.
I snuck up on you.
Yeah,
You
that's
did.
it.
You certainly did from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Very nice to have you.
Glad to be here. It's great.
Yeah, and I see that we have some special drinking to do today.
Yeah, I know.
This
Well,
is nice.
naturally, in the beginning of the show, I always have something, and I'm always fiddling with the phones as she'll start speaking. And where's my thing for today?
The coaster?
No. Where's my thing for today? Okay, good. Anyway,
What is he talking about?
what am I told? Wait, what do I do? What do I do when I read
Oh,
off?
it's right here.
Okay, where is it? Where's right here?
It's
Look,
right
now watch.
here.
Look.
Yeah,
There's where it is.
yeah,
It's right here.
It's right here. Oh,
Look,
where's my
Look.
thing?
Where is it?
It's right here.
See, this is
I
look.
was
I
getting
know it's
all
ready.
excited.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Okay.
day.
Today is national. See, every day we always have to mention what it is. And a friend of mine said to me yesterday that it was National Siblings Day or something.
That was yesterday.
Was it yesterday
Yeah.
or something
Oh,
like that?
wow.
I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah. So today's National Chocolate Day.
Ooh.
But you know what's something a lot better than chocolate
Oh,
is this.
yes.
A Bloody Mary.
A
When I tell you,
Mary.
Murph, a man after my own heart. I got to congratulate you. Cheers. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I'm
you,
very, very
Murph.
excited. Very excited because this
Well,
is
we
very
all
good.
still-
Don't make a bet. Don't make a oh, y'all make
Oh,
a bet.
trouble around here.
Easy, killer.
Thank
I'm
you.
having heart failure right here. Oh,
You're a warrior too?
oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Warriors.
No, he's just very neat.
Yeah.
It's really nice
Wow.
to see you.
Take it easy.
yeah.
What
Thank
do
you. I
do
know.
then?
Thank you. Terrific.
Yeah, I guess not.
You know,
All right.
in
Yeah.
the spirit of Halloween, as
This is our Halloween.
This Hall-
Obviously,
yeah.
I don't look like this normally.
Yeah, she does.
Bloody Mary,
Oh,
Halloween.
bloody. That's
Bloody
good.
Mary is a
Yes.
Halloween,
Right.
Halloweeny.
Halloweeny
Yeah.
mythological legends.
Right. That's
Just a
good.
coincidence.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a good thing, Halloween, back in the days, right? Wasn't it a really, really somebody said it was a very bad thing. They would kill whatever it was or sacrifice whatever it was. I mean, I don't know the whole history on
Oh,
it.
I thought we were talking about
But-
egging when we were kids.
No, not egging.
Oh, before
I
that,
like that.
before the egging.
Yeah, it was. From what I understand, it was something that was where they sacrificed. I mean, crazy things they did.
I'm gonna have to do
Yeah,
some googling.
and I should have looked it up, but I didn't. But it was really, really crazy. And then all of a sudden, they were saying it wasn't really a good thing, and they don't understand why people are so excited about Halloween and blah blah blah. Whatever.
But
I
it
don't
got
know.
good, and now everybody's worried again because of what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yes.
So on that thought, Greg's doing a great thing for the kids. Having
Oh,
a
Yeah, we're
trick
having.
or
Yeah,
treat.
we're having a.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're having a trunk. It's a trunk or treat. It's called, where we in the parking lot at Rath Park on
yes.
on Halloween. The hours are between 1 and 3. It's really, really a nice thing, and the kids can come and trick or treat. Everybody will be in costumes, and your trunk is open, so
Oh,
it's going to be safely
cute.
distanced.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have their mask on and blah blah blah, so the kids
what
can
a
go
good
and
idea
walk
that
up and
is.
down, and they'll have
Yeah,
all the
we did that.
And plus, we're going to have the margarita. I mean, the
Are you
Bloody
coming?
Mary
Yeah,
mix.
you're gonna bring us back.
You know that
We
already.
can all have the parent trunk.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
not a
Yeah.
bad
What you said?
idea.
Kids
What'd you
that
say?
way.
Hey, that might be good.
Parents-
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry. That's something that's
great.
very important.
Yeah.
And all you need then is some nachos.
Yeah. I
You
can
know, the potato chips.
I can keep the parents busy with Murphs, Bloody Mary mix, while the
a great
kids are
idea.
trunking and treating.
I
I
like
like
that.
that.
Well, you're welcome to come. I have a nice car now.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't worry. She'll have you drive yours first. She won't even drive her car. Don't
I
be
love
fooled by
my
that.
car. I drive it now
Don't be
everywhere.
fooled.
I
you
do.
should. What do you mean you
He
drive
te-
it every
No, she doesn't drive it anyway.
He thinks I don't drive.
Because she
my car.
doesn't. Because every time you talk to her, she's in somebody else's car.
No,
Oh,
I
Because she's
drive-
you know what it is? She's just afraid of the car. And I understand that. But you know what? She'll call every time Dick and Harry. They're like, you got a brand new car.
I'm driving it now.
Yeah, I
Did
know
you
you're
see me in
not.
my car?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, why'd
that's
you
good.
buy a
That's
car
good.
if you don't
That's
drive
that's
it?
only because you know
Right?
what? She's
No,
not
you're
used to
gonna
it.
buy into
She's
it.
not used to it. No, she's just not
Yeah,
used to it. That's
too-
all. She's
Yeah.
used to her other car.
I do love
And
it.
and the
though.
thing is that you know what? You turn. The only reason why she drove here because she didn't have anybody to drive her. That's why. That's all. Come on.
No,
you
I
know?
really do drive my car, and I love it. I took it all the way out to Port Jeff.
Okay.
You
Oh
don't
wow,
believe
that's
me.
so far.
That is
Yeah.
far for me,
Okay.
that's far.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so
Anyway, I
funny.
love the car, and you're welcome to share my trunk
Okay.
because I get these right.
Yes.
That's
They
right.
come,
That's good.
they come with the deal.
I'll even buy the
Funny.
nachos.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
That's
but
cute.
that'll be. I think it's great with what he's doing. So
I think it's cool too.
Yeah.
and
So
it's
That's
the
a good
Kiwanis,
idea.
which is a great
the
organization.
Kiwanis, it's a great organization.
Oh,
That's
good.
what we do. It's always helping the community, and I think this is going to help the community
Sure.
right here.
I love that. That's my
That's
gift.
a must.
That's my
Right?
Murph party in a box.
That's a great
Is that what you call it?
idea.
Yeah, it says it right on it.
Now you got to tell me if you don't mind. I
Yeah.
mean, how did you get started with this? There's 50 billion mixes,
Yep.
and I know I look. I just showed you like two of them, and as soon as I picked up, you knew it right away.
I know.
And I was like, what is the difference? You know what? I like a lot of radish, horseradish, and I like to put a lot of pepper. But this, I gotta listen. I
you
I
giving me
gotta I gotta give you props.
All
And
right.
I gotta pat you in the back. I know. I swear to you, I really do, man. I really do, my buddy.
Whoa.
That is no
That is
joke. It
nice.
is no
Listen,
joke.
This is for you because on our show, everybody gets Italian bread
Oh, cool.
because I believe in that. So does
I-
Greg.
And I can dip
That's
it
how
into my
you build
Murphs.
That's it.
relationships. So there's your
It absorbs,
Italian bread.
Is this a tradition? This is
Yes,
interesting.
yes.
I've never heard of this.
Yes, it's our tradition.
That's
We have a
right.
lot of traditions on the show.
Well, I'm not Italian.
You are so.
I'm Sicilian.
Oh, okay,
I'm not
whatever.
100%
Yeah, you're right. You're not
Sicilian.
Italian. I'm sorry. I'm not, you're right. You're not.
Yeah, but
Napolitan. That's Italian. All right.
Oh,
I'm
Means,
teasing. I'm teasing, love.
It means you never forget being.
That's right.
well, there are some Sicilians
Oh.
that are really, like tough.
Yeah.
I knew one or two, and they're not forgiving. And forgiveness is.
Don't say that. They're forgiving.
That's not
That-
true.
That's
They
not
forget.
Italian.
They
That's
say
people.
forgiving.
That's people.
Well,
They-
different people.
I say
different
that's just
strokes.
people. People are
All
just.
right. Okay.
Barry,
I'll
you
let
know
know
what?
that.
Have
Yeah.
you been to Sicily? It's gorgeous.
No.
Oh, many times.
Oh, wow.
Have you?
It's like home many times. Last time I went with 4 girls. We had a ball.
Oh,
A
nice.
ball. Yeah, it's fun. Well, I
Uh,
like to travel, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. You
Yeah.
travel. You just came back from Arizona, didn't you?
no, went to Arizona for
The COVID.
10 days,
For the COVID.
and I ended up staying 6 months. I have
Ooh, okay.
Shut
I
it
like
down.
you.
no,
I
I'll
like
tell
you.
The COVID hit, and I said,
Yeah.
"Why would
Yeah,
I go
why-
back to New York?
why
I'd
Oh
be
my
crazy."
God.
And they live in Scottsdale. They live magnificently, and my sisters are fat. They were all good cooks,
Nice.
so it was fabulous. I saw
Wait a
them every
second.
day.
You-
Went
wait,
to
do you
Four
cook?
Seasons.
You
Well,
cook?
see,
Yes, she does.
See, yeah, I do.
Okay, well, let's try this one more time. Hun, do you cook?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yes, she does.
All right, so when are you gonna
He likes people to bring him
any
food.
and
Oh, I
not
didn't know
bring
that.
me food?
Cook.
Anything that you make, I always say because home cooked meals, it's made out of love. I mean, I don't care what you do, but when you make something, it's what you put into it. And I always say, everybody that knows how to cook, I always like to ask if you make something.
Yeah.
You don't have to make something specifically, for me, just a little something, just like, anytime you're having your drink, just make a little something for me and
Yeah.
come on
Bring
down.
a little extra.
Out of love.
That's all. You go, yep, no problem.
So,
There we go. That's my
being
boy.
that it's Halloween,
Yes.
let's talk about what you do.
I read tarot
You're a
cards.
teacher,
No, I taught
you had
years
a-
ago at a restaurant. I designed jewelry,
right?
and I read tarot cards for 35 years. I've read tarot cards.
35 years.
Wait, you read tarot cards?
Yes.
Oh,
35
okay.
years.
Here we go.
Hey.
And I also taught it at Nassau Community College, how to read tarot and psychic phenomena, because I read the dean, and he said, "No, everything you're saying is wrong." That was Tuesday. Thursday, he called me. Oh, my neck is in a.
What is it?
His neck was in a.
Sling or something? Or
Yeah. And then he had
Oh, your
to get
hands
a new
around his
car.
neck,
And the
or-
poor guy, he said, "Everything you're telling me." He said, "By the way, could you ever teach?" I said, "Well, I have a master's. I have, quite a few degrees." He said, "Okay. Do you know I was one of the highest paid professors there? Because I had the numbers coming in. People wanted this. And it was fabulous.
Really?
Fabulous, yeah.
It was a good
Yeah.
gig.
What era was that? What?
Era?
Yeah, like era meaning.
She's not that old.
I was like, wait a second.
Oh, the
I thought-
20s. The roaring 20s.
I thought, wait a second here.
No.
Okay.
Killer
Oh,
question.
let me
We do
rewind.
that.
Oh.
Meaning, was there social media then that you can?
No.
No.
You had like a big audience without any
Yes.
kind of marketing.
Because I had 8 readers in my restaurant.
Oh, that was the driver.
That was the draw. And I
Okay.
had,
All right.
yeah. And that started very interestingly. I was on a boat ride with Sally, Jesse, Raphael, remember,
Yeah.
and her entertainment
Yeah.
with all these readers. And I said, this is crazy. I don't want to go to any of them. I went to the most bizarre man. He read Rocks, and he was from the Playboy Club. So he said, oh, gee, you lost your mother so young, but you do have a restaurant, and you're doing this and that. I said, somebody had to fill him in. They said, no. Now, this entire story takes place in 3 weeks. I needed a dishwasher. Beautiful woman walks in. She said, no, I don't do dishes. She said, I read tea leaves. She read my tea leaves. She came up with initials and that. Then another man walked in and he said, gee, 1697 Street. That's a very psychic number. What do you do here? I said, gee, nothing yet. And then, the woman from Gurney's walked in. She's an astrologer. She had the whole restaurant upside down. You're a Scorpio, you're a Leo, you're a this, you're a that.
So you were watching it. And
I was watching. So I
got
said to some of
enthralled.
my customers, and I said, if I have this psychic night, would you come? They all said the same thing. I'll come, but don't tell anybody. So I started once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. And my father would be out there and he said, what are you doing here? There's a line. I said, Dad, this is all cash. He said, let's go for it.
we
Wow.
like cash.
And not
Everybody likes
just that,
cash.
but so how I got involved, 2 readers didn't show up. And they kept telling me, I'm a double Scorpio, you're very psychic. And I used to do little crazy things when I was younger. And they were getting angry. They came from so far away. So I sat down. And the first thing I said to this one gentleman, and I said, how can I really do this? This is not me. And I said, you know what? Why do I see airplanes around your head? And he says, why? Because I work at the airport. Then my following got bigger than other people's following. That's how I read for the dean. He came in for a present for his wife. And
The rest is history. You know,
The
you
rest is
also
history.
at the book review, I heard.
Tuesdays they do, not Taco Tuesday, what are they? Tarot Tuesday.
Tarot
Tarot.
Tuesdays in Huntington, right?
Yes, I do.
How is that going?
Fine. Very nice.
You like it?
I enjoy it.
Do they book you or you just there? And then whoever's
No,
there.
they book me ahead
Oh,
of
they
time.
book you.
Yeah, I have a nice following.
Yeah, I know.
I also teach at a couple of the libraries and things like that. But I do a lot of private parties,
right.
private restaurants.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
private nice. When you go to the private parties, do you get dressed up like this?
Maybe I'll wear the hat, but I won't. That's it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because it's really I help people.
Right.
It's not a goofy kind of thing. I do it because I want to help people.
Yeah, and Greg, you remember she was at the book launch when
Right,
they had it
yeah.
at the
Mhm,
restaurant at the furniture
Yeah.
store.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, you
The
were
frame store.
there. Yeah, the furniture store.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
People
So-
enjoy it.
So
they
do
really
like
do.
are you going to what are you going to do with us here today? You going to tell us anything?
Oh. Would you like me to?
Is Costco going to pick up this product? Sir?
Thank you. I'm like,
Is that what you want me to do?
Well, I just want to see it. I never
Okay,
never really
let's
had
ask the deck a question. I'll answer it.
asked the deck a question.
Yeah, ask it, hand it to me, and I'll answer.
So just pick a card.
Ask the deck a question. And then
ask
you
a question for crying out
All
loud.
right.
She said, ask a
Okay,
question.
okay.
Ask it for crying out loud. No, answer the thing. I'll ask it in a second when I'm done.
Okay. Okay. What do you see in the next the coming year for me?
within a year.
Within the
Okay.
year.
Okay, split it, cut it. Which one you want to give me?
That one.
Thank you. Oh,
I never did this. The
yeah.
first.
Oh, there's a wedding. Who's getting married here?
My
Next
daughter.
year. Oh, next year. Okay, good.
Wait, you're talking about there's a, you just said, is there a wedding from,
Next year.
next year? Okay.
Yeah. Now this is either a death or a separation from your husband. What is
Well,
that?
You have to speak a little louder, honey, because
I'm
they're
sorry.
asking. They're
Okay.
asking.
This is a death or a separation from your husband. It's a finish.
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at you! How strong you are. No, you really are. You have strength. And you're pres-
Sometimes, not always.
Well, you're picking the cards.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't get disappointed. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll move on.
Okay.
Your book is going to be successful.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
It's
So
not doing
promote it
bad
more.
right now.
Yeah. I'm happy for you and your money situation. See, pentacles are money. and you're going from one
Wait,
side
hold on,
to
wait. What'd you say
another.
about it? I just want to hear that one part. You said what with the money?
Pentacles or money.
Oh,
See these
okay.
little
And you said
things
it's a
here?
good sign, right? Okay, that's a
Yeah.
good sign. You said.
Well, only because for her, she's able to take for Paul to give to Peter.
Oh, that's what she does very
So
well.
this is
Okay, good. Oh, you're on point. You're a keeper. Oh Lord, Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
2 keepers today.
Yeah.
Ugh.
okay. Greg, would you like to ask a question?
Sure.
Please shuffle the cards.
Yeah.
Well, let me get her energy out.
Okay, yeah,
first.
please.
Get
She
my
needs it
energy
bad.
out. He don't want my energy in the
Definitely
house, that's
not.
for sure.
Definitely
You didn't even
not.
kiss me
Okay, yeah.
today.
I did kiss you when I saw you.
Not
That's
here.
how much you paid attention. Mwah. I do have to shuffle it or not?
Please. Put your
Okay.
energies in the cards.
Okay.
There's some good energy going on there.
Wow, he really
Yeah.
wants a change in his life. Let's see.
Yes.
All right. Ask the deck a
Oh.
question.
Can you do it out loud?
You can't. Oh, I have to tell you?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What's my life going to be like?
Well,
I
you
asked
got
it already.
so
I
many
asked it already.
years. Oh,
No,
you
no,
do?
no, 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 no. I just,
What is your life going to be like?
yes.
Okay.
What
You
So,
said within a year, didn't you say?
oh no, that was her question.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right,
So,
then.
you
All right,
tell
then let
me.
me ask
You
something
want
else.
something more
reshuffle.
specific?
Okay, yeah, I got to. Yeah, no, something. Okay.
Do you want more specific?
I want to. No, yeah, I want to.
De-energy those cards. and
Energy,
re-energize.
yeah. All right. What is my health going to be like?
Oh, that's good.
That's
Okay.
Now cut the cards.
cut him in
Okay.
half.
All
honey.
right.
Give her one.
I'll give you one side.
Yeah.
One side or
one?
One side.
just one
Yeah.
side? Okay.
There you go. I was
Okay.
watching before. That's why.
Okay. I
Take
was like,
good
all right.
notes.
Yeah. Well, he was too busy doing the Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the technologist.
Does he do this whole show?
It's interesting.
Yeah. No. I just did 2 seconds. Then I'm going to stop. It says, yeah. It's just a. This is something that took me off.
I see you a problem with blood pressure.
Oh no, you just see that because you see I want to kill her. That's obvious.
Look
Blood
at what he's
pressure.
getting.
But I
Blood
don't
pressure.
see anything drastic. I don't.
Okay, good.
You know, and
Good.
you should be very. You feel blessed
Good.
because
Yes.
you know what? I'm happy for you. I really am. Look, you're going into another venture. Where are you go? What are you doing? Yeah,
A couple of
within 6
ventures.
months.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple of
What do
ventures.
you with cars though? You have so many cars.
I love cars.
You do.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Barrett Jackson?
Yes.
Me too.
Have you? Whoa.
Many times.
Have you?
Yeah, I love it.
I've always said it's an auction place, and they're on TV, and they have all these
If I would
beautiful
have
cars.
kept my pink Mustang,
Right.
if I would have kept my
Oh,
Mercedes,
yeah, or if I would have my '69 Camaro.
right? You know
Oh,
what they're
forget it.
working
Yeah,
on?
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
The Mercedes Goldwing. If I had that,
Oh.
come on.
They just
I
the thought of
haven't
it.
had under. I just got my brand new car. First brand new car.
I like cars though too. They're fun.
I love mine now.
Would you like to try, Steve?
Oh, yes, please.
The Murph,
Have to.
yeah.
You kidding me?
He's game for anything, this kid.
There you go.
He's
Knocking
game.
it out of the
Okay.
park so far.
He's game, I said.
He's not gay for everything.
She
She
said
goes, "You're
he's
gay." She goes, "Look, you see what she says?"
said it.
Yeah, I know that.
say it.
This is what I'm
If you
talking
want,
about.
that's fine.
This is what she does all the
I
time.
said game.
No, you said he's gay.
No.
Because she didn't like the way he made that drink.
This is very professional how we do this.
Yes, it's
show.
very
This
nice.
is very nice.
Okay, so I de-energize the cards
Good.
and re-energize them,
Good.
close to my heart. And I'm going to ask the deck a question, and
Sure.
I'm going to hand you half the deck.
Thank you.
Face down.
Well, you listen, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
That's right. I love him.
You might worry, but you do listen.
How is the Murphs
Oh,
brand going to work out?
Cut.
oh, I'm sorry.
Ah,
Sorry. So sorry.
I hate to say this, but somebody's not wishing you well. Get past that. You see the card you put? The devil. They're
Oh,
envious, but you have strength. Who's the Leo around you?
Leo. What month?
July, August? Very big help of you.
You wouldn't be a Leo, would you? No.
I'm a Leo.
That-
You
right
are?
here.
no,
Yeah.
please. That's not the Leo you want around. Sorry.
Physically,
Hey,
I can't think off the top of my head.
All right, but
yeah.
you know what? Good card for you.
Okay.
And another good one, patience. You're going to be okay with this. Oh, and then you Pentacles goes from 1 to 10, and then the ace is above that. You pull the ace. Don't give up. It's going to do well, but
Great.
you're already starting to do well.
That's right. That's for
And
sure.
you know what? You're going to go from store to store to store, and the name is going to be out. You have a great name, a great
yeah, the
package.
Murphs is.
And you know what? Besides that, it tastes good.
Yeah, it does.
It's
It's good.
delicious. It's
Yeah, it
really
is.
good.
Yeah, it is good.
You know, I hate to say I have to limit it to one today. I mean, this is like,
Yeah.
but King of Pentacles. See, that's nice.
That means
But
you're gonna
are
be
you in
rich.
other adventures though? Because it
Yeah.
seems like you're in something else.
Well,
What, a few things.
I am in sort of an entrepreneur.
Okay,
But
good.
this would be.
No,
my
you
age.
are. Get out of
Yeah.
here, sort of. Come on, you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Oh, wait a
Guy's a
minute.
genius
You
here.
know
Don't
what
let
you got?
don't let the suit fool you.
Look at this. The world. That's the best card of the deck.
Oh wow,
Go for it.
Was
Go
that
for
mean
it.
he's
The
gonna
world,
travel
Tony.
The world.
No,
That's it.
that
The world
means-
is yours.
Tony.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We do movie lines.
It's-
Straight out.
So can I ask you? And then you pick the Ten of Pentacles.
Yeah.
So you have a. Why do you worry?
I think it's hereditary,
Oh,
and I think I become a lot better through the years.
yeah.
But my father used to worry. He had 7 kids. I'm youngest of 7,
Oh,
and he had
wow.
5 daughters. So he sit up and worry about his daughters. And I would wake up because I was always, when they were out, I was a little kid or a teenager. I was never out,
Yeah.
and I'd wake up and worry with him. So it was sort of I was taught to worry.
You know, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
It's part of your heritage. My heritage in the Sicilian, the men don't worry. They just, that's it.
Yeah,
And they go from there.
yeah.
And don't worry.
Yeah, I know. I don't embrace
You
it.
know what?
I've gotten better through the years.
Do you have a faith?
Yes.
And that's important.
Mm,
This is the problem. You know, people say, I'm a Eucharistic minister also.
okay.
And how do you read tarot cards? And I say, you know why? I help people. I have helped so many people get through tragedies. And it gives me, I have to say, it makes me feel good.
Well, whenever you help anyone,
Yeah.
you're helping
Well, look at the
yourself.
fundraising I do. I do tremendous
Do
fundraising.
you really?
Tremendous. The Italian Welfare League.
Okay.
I met them, and this is a funny story. I always march in the Columbus Day Parade every year. Again, being Italian or whatever, and I have belonged to quite a few different organizations. And it was
And I have to tell you, you're a very beautiful woman, and people want to see your face. Could you take off that hat and show your
Oh,
beautiful?
sit
Look at
down.
that.
Ah.
Look at that. I love that. You look marvelous, darling. There we
Yeah.
go.
the house my
You look
Beautiful.
great.
Looks good. Looks
Always.
wonderful.
always
You look
great.
beautiful. There we go.
Okay, so what happened was I was waiting on Fifth Avenue. They sat me with the card. Now this is amazing. And I go out and I'm standing on Fifth, and security comes over. You can't stand here for too long. You have to march. I said, but my group didn't come yet. So I said, well, I'm going to march with them. He said, you don't even know them. I said, we're Italian. They're Italian. And they go, come on, march with us. And it happened to be the Italian Welfare League.
And they're great
And
organization.
fabulous organization. And the children, this is for handicapped children. And the children on the float, I mean, it was mind-boggling. And I said, I have to do something for you. And I do. This would have been my 9th year. I do a big fundraiser at my home. And the restaurants in Huntington donate all the food. Bottles and Cases donates the wine. It's $50 to come in. Then I have vendors. And it's fabulous. But again, this year. And they have the most beautiful luncheon at the Metropolitan Club in Manhattan. And that's, you have the Cuomo, you have creme de la creme of New York.
Yeah.
Marita Butteroma, the whole thing. And I do that, and then I do HEC. HEC is the Handicap Encounter for Christ. And these are adults that are very handicapped.
Well, you do
and-
great work, Ginger.
I
really.
love it.
How do people reach you if they want to get a reading or
They can call me.
yes?
They can call you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know what? I do want to, I got to tell you,
Oh, they can hear.
there's
Can you
a
get
friend of
shot
mine.
This?
No, what we'll do is we'll put it on our thing
Good.
for you.
Thank you.
I have to tell you, years ago, I never really believed too much of the tarot card reading because I used to have my own cards. And a woman said to me, she goes, evidently, I mean, whether you call it a gift, whatever, but within 3 seconds, I could pretty much tell about a person. It's just maybe my feeling. And I went to go with a friend, and his mother was very, very, really into it. And so we went to Brooklyn and went to a really bad neighborhood. We parked the car. I was worried about leaving my car outside. And so he and his mother and myself, all 3 of us, we went upstairs. And then we banged on the door. As soon as we walked in, she had all the saints. She was feeding the saints and the
She's very-
Santera. So this is really, really, really. So you have good spirits and you have bad spirits. And I remember she turned around and she had a fishbowl. And a fishbowl with a little water. She had, my friend had to translate for me. And then she had me put my hand in there. And then I took my hand out, whatever. She wiped my hand. And then all of a sudden, to make a long story short, she sat there. She said to me, you're going to have heart problems. She goes, you're probably going to have a couple of more heart attacks. I just had my first. You're probably going to have a couple of more heart attacks. Now, I said I have not spoken to this woman. I don't, she goes, you're going to have family members going to try and take money from you. Be very careful with money. She turned around. She goes, your health, you're always going to have a lot of health issues. She goes, but you're going to be okay. And then she says, but you are limited. And then she said, did I want to know when the time, and I didn't want to know the time. You know, when and she said, but she was
Oh,
she was
yeah.
one of those. I got to be honest with you. I mean, she said a lot of other things, and everything she said has happened. Now, the reason why I don't like to believe into that stuff is because it's just like when you turn around and somebody says a dating thing, all of a sudden says you're going to meet a man and blah blah blah. So now you're in heat. Now you're looking to find any man that talks to you like, oh, you're the one, you're the one. You know what I mean? One of those, or you're going to find whatever. And to me, sometimes I think it puts pressure on people. Not everybody, because if you turn around and you tell somebody like I have a friend of mine, she pays $110 an hour to speak to someone, and the guy's in California, and once a week.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I go, all it's just doing is driving you up a wall, and it's telling her, oh, you're gonna meet this one, and you're gonna go. Every time he says something like going into business, when I venture into a lot of things, I like to make something out of nothing into something and then sell it. I've always been like that. I don't know why, but for certain people, they just really live on what you say.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I
And
tell them, I have to say that. I say,
I mean,
I'm
you're
not
probably
God.
different. I could no,
No.
you probably are different than
But
most.
I do like to help people. I have to say
Right.
that. But I'm not going to say it just to say it.
Yeah,
Right.
but sometimes people get motivated by going to somebody like you because you
That's
give
not
them hope.
motivated. What do you? That's
Well,
not.
I give
people, not
people
me.
hope. That's
Hope.
I have to
It's the
say
hope
that.
Right.
word, you know,
But I also give them a direction.
right?
I
And
don't
they
close
come
the
home and
door.
say, you know what, she's right. Maybe I'm going to do that. Not always, but some people do get
Yeah.
motivation out of it.
And a sense of realistic expectations.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. You see, that's yeah. So nobody
Some of
told me
the
that. No,
levels.
look. Right now, I didn't know that. That other card that I saw, it said that Murph's going to give me 20% of his all profits.
Yeah.
I didn't know that,
And now
and I
you
would have.
know.
I wouldn't have learned that till I saw the card.
the deck
And
was
you know
stacked.
You see, the deck we stack.
Exactly.
The deck we stack. Before we continue, I do have to say, I have to give a few shout outs. Kimberly, we have Jerry Ferretti, Susan. How are you, Susan? My love. Bob Murray, Nancy Jean, Debbie, Ann DeCola, Kelly, Carol Ann Petruzzi, Diane, Francis. How are you, sweetie? It's not you, okay? Remember, it's not you, love. All right. Donald, Abu, Stacy, Liz, Ginger, Grace. How are you, honey? It's been so long since you've watched. We don't know what happened to you, but we love you and we miss you. Stassen Ward, Amato, Thomas, Bill Papa, and Frank Halley, and Monica Ruiz, Barbara Bartner, Rio Gio. We have Nick Toledo, and then we have Christine, and we have quite a few Tammys and Skylar, John. And if I'm missing anybody, I'm really, really sorry. John Kelly, Bernie Kennedy, Gabby, how are you, sweetie? I hope all is well. And I can't wait to go to your wedding because I know I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a hell of a wedding. And we have Bernie and Eric and Brian and Kathy and Corey and Katarina and Michael West. How are you? Joe, John, James. I have to mention everybody off here. Don, if I don't, they're going to be upset.
Guys.
Jennifer and Denise. Denise, how are you, honey? You know I still love you, Denise. Nicole and Jennifer, how are you? And thank you for the food. I love your mother. Ma, I love you. She's a great cook.
Aw.
David, and we have, and in case I missed anybody we have another Jennifer, we have another Kathleen, another Dawn on everybody's feed. So I'm trying to read John Kelly, and then now we have
Kels, what's up?
Kelly. See, that's what
He
he's
just
having.
moved to
Buddy.
Florida.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah, just moved to Florida.
What is he doing over there? Just said the
he-
hell with it.
He won the lottery.
Did he really?
John Kelly, I'm thinking of.
Then you have Kathleen Kelly. Hi, Murph.
Yes.
There you go. Hi,
Right.
Kathleen. How are you?
Wouldn't-
And this stuff is really, really good.
Delicious,
It's
guys.
really, really good.
know.
Halloween.
Now you know what? I am gonna.
ABC Wine and Liquors down in Florida, the Kelly family. ABC Wine and Liquors. That's
Wow.
where it's right around the corner from you.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I'm in every one down in Florida.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
Do you go,
amazing.
like place to place, you walk in,
If you have
you
to.
show them the stuff. Because I know
I do a lot of COVID has curbed this, but I do
Yeah,
a lot
face-to-face, right?
of consumer engagement.
yeah,
A lot
that's
of
the only way
shows,
to
trade shows and
Yeah,
tastings.
they got to meet
Yep.
you.
Sure.
That's the bottom
Yeah.
line.
Basically, what I did is I took a boring, mundane industry and I gave it personality and branding
Yes.
and created it.
No, but again, going
Really
back. I
what I
mean,
get-
even though I'm looking at the back of this, you have
Box
you have the thing that says right on the back of it. It says pizza sauce, and you have hot wings. You know, you got all these things here, and it's like, again, what made you decide to do this? I mean,
Yeah.
really,
What was the
you know,
thing?
listen. There's everything in the world you can make. Honestly, we sit there, we drink beer, we have shots, whatever. But who comes up with, hey, I just want to make a
basically a family recipe.
Okay.
I was a kid in the 70s, and Kathleen Kelly knows this. My father was a big.
Kathleen, right here.
Yeah,
Murph's,
yeah.
where's my shirt? She said, where's my shirt? What's up, man? John O'Connor. What's up, Murph?
Hey, Johnny boy, what's going on? Okay.
Is yeah.
Yeah. So basically what happened is my father was a mixologist, a mixologist
Which
in,
is a big thing today. They
his-
call that
in his
yeah.
own kitchen, not,
Oh.
and he made it. He had a family recipe. I used to watch him. He's very passionate about it. I got old enough to drink. I like the drink. I like tomato juice. So I decided I'll use the family recipe and make it for my friends. My friends started to like it. Okay. So I had a little bit of a thing. Then I became like the tailgate appointee. There's always a captain
Right.
of the tailgate.
Yeah.
Murph,
Oh, yeah.
Murph, where's Murph? Bloody Mary's tomorrow tailgate. At the
Oh, so really?
Really?
I got the assignment. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was my assignment. The tailgates. Everyone had their thing, brought a different
Right.
dish. Then I did what almost every guy from Long Island, South Shore does. I get married and I joined the beach club. So now I'm at the beach club, right?
Is that what every guy from Long Island does?
Yeah.
Joins the beach club?
That's right.
That
That's
was
right.
the playbook. So I joined this beach club, right? And then there was the cabanas, and they used to
Right.
whoop it up on Saturday night, and I'd be there Sunday morning filling everyone. And then something started to happen. People started to say, "You should bottle this. You should bottle this." And I never thought anything entrepreneur about it ever until I heard it one too many times. So I got curious enough to walk into supermarkets and start looking at what the leading brands were doing. And I immediately saw weaknesses in the leading brands. Immediately, I saw a plastic bottle. I saw a very thin, newish, pinkish, disgusting looking.
You wish.
Right.
What is a wish?
Newish is like
Newish.
no life to it.
Oh,
Yeah, like
okay.
pale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Never heard of that. You wish.
The Tara Arena knows.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was on the bottom card. Go ahead.
Every time. So it was pinkish. Preservative. So I started stacking these weaknesses in my brain by just saying, wow, what if I was to come out with a glass bottle? What if I was to have it look thick and actually taste good? What if it was to be all natural? Because the ones in the supermarket had preservatives in it. And then I was like, wow, I might have something here. And then finally, what pushed me over the edge was really what you're seeing right here
The
was,
box.
was the branding and the marketing.
Yeah.
It was a boring industry.
Yes.
No-
It's great.
And I said to myself, wow, there's no Coke or Pepsi in the Bloody Mary industry. No, people are like, Murph, what is the leading brand?
Yeah.
What is the leading brand? And no one could tell me.
Right,
No one to say.
right,
Even the
right.
tarot reader
Yeah,
couldn't
because
tell
I
me.
don't even remember. My husband used to buy it. I don't remember what
You
the
don't-
brand was.
I could tell you what the brand was.
What?
Mr. and Mrs. T's.
That's
I
right.
don't
That's
remember
right.
that
That's right.
at all.
My father liked it. My
Correct.
father liked that.
But it didn't have that Coke or Pepsi or Xerox.
Right.
It didn't have that branding.
Right.
And I said, wow, if I can have something that's branded that people remember,
Mhm.
and then kind of, I wanted to have fun with it because it became a second career. That's why I called it the Murphs,
Yes.
and I wanted to become like the Bob. Here's the big finish, like the Bob of Bob's Furniture for the Bloody Mary.
right,
mix.
right,
Sort of an ambassador.
Well, here, Ambassador, because
And they
I'm a
also-
witch today. Not a witch.
She's
I'm
always a
gypsy.
witch.
I'm a gypsy.
And then something else.
So here's some change to put in your little thing there.
Okay.
That's good luck.
Where's my little thing?
One
I
little
don't know.
thing.
Whatever.
All right.
Put it in your pocket.
Hold on.
Throw it in your car.
There you go.
That's good luck.
That's my
Yeah.
temporary little thing.
Yeah.
But
And it's Halloween, so of course we're celebrating Halloween.
okay.
Greg, look what I got you for Halloween.
Oh, thank you.
I'm thinking you could
A
use
pain
those.
relieving, get rid of your co-host patch.
No.
That's what I thought it said.
And you told me you love pistachios.
Yes.
So
Oh, I thank you.
they'll
Thank
go
you.
with
Thank
Bloody
you.
Marys.
That's right. That's right.
Very
That's
good.
right.
But this is the greatest, okay? This is for your head. Come here, look.
What? Oh,
You can do this to your head when you feel like you need a break. It really feels good. Or you could do it to your arm. No, isn't that cute?
yeah, it's very
You can
cute.
put your head. And this is for me to say to you.
Oh, no, it's
Ask you a question. Do you love me?
Oh.
See?
I do love you, but this says,
What did that say?
this says
Oh, that.
No.
no.
Oh, that's all a no thing.
This is all,
all
it
no's?
says is no. I figured you might like this.
Yeah, I like it. Definitely like it. I'll use it on you all the time.
I thought it was adorable.
Kathleen says, "Bring your own Bloody Mary." Oh, I like that. Everybody loves your thing for crying out loud. Everybody.
Good.
Oh,
Need
yeah?
to touch. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's why I said you'll see it later. Everybody loves it.
Cool.
No, I have to tell you, it's already sold out. I have the 2 Halloween parties, and because I have to keep everything socially distanced and everything,
problem,
so I have to keep it down, to a minimum. But I got to tell you, I'm gonna have this on the menu.
I love it. I love
Down
it.
low.
I'm gonna have it on the menu,
Yeah.
and yeah, I should have. Yeah, this is gonna go well. This is gonna go well.
Are
Yeah.
you going to come to the trunk or treat and
I-
share my car?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the adults, kids to the left.
Yeah, you'll see. I'm telling you.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
that'll be good.
That's Saturday because
Yeah.
Halloween's Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday 1 to 3
Can I
at Rath Park. Please, can you come?
could come.
Yeah, let's go.
It'll be our Bloody Mary show, our Halloween show reunion.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
Yeah, that'll be
and
that'll
it'll be fun. And just what do you give out other than you can't be always giving out this? You
No,
have
I give out
you have
samples.
little samples.
I have
or
little samples.
Shot
Yes,
glasses,
I have. There's peppers in there. I have.
Are they really?
Yeah. There's,
peppers in the box.
You nut.
look.
And
Are you really?
Turn the box around.
You really are a nut. You know that? You really are.
Look, pepper and
Yes.
seasoning.
I thought you were joking. Yeah, he really has peppers right here.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, I love
All
this.
you need with this is a loaf of Italian semolina bread.
I love this stuff.
That's great.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it is. You kidding me?
It's fun.
A man after my own heart.
Great.
It's cool. It's fun.
It's really good.
I'm really
practice.
having a good
Again.
time with it.
Yeah, I
great.
bet you do.
I'm gonna save this. My sister.
Let 'em
coming
know,
in from
please.
Scottsdale
Thank you.
for Christmas. We'll enjoy this.
The
together.
decorations
Yeah.
actually look really neat.
And you can get it on
today.
Amazon if they're,
Can you?
Yeah, it's in locally. It's in Wegmans. It's in Stop and Shop. It's in Target. It's in Uncle Giuseppe's. It's in Ivorone. It's in
So you got all the Italians.
Foods.
North
Okay,
Shore
very good.
Farms.
Great.
Stop and Shop.
Heidi's watching. I have to tell you something.
Heidi.
Heidi Geiger. She's an amazing woman. I love her.
Yeah.
She's like a sister. She's a friend. She's like a mom. She's a caretaker. She's everything, all the above. She really is. She's an amazing
That's what I
woman.
was at.
And Gary,
That's
and
what I was
Gary, I love you and I miss you too. And I remember I used to play tennis. They got me into playing tennis. And Heidi and Gary, they got me into Manhattans. Now Manhattans, it's an old drink, an old.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, my aunt would want a Manhattan. I didn't know what the hell a Manhattan was. And I got to tell you, they got me hooked on it. But the only thing I learned was when you have a Manhattan, you could really only have one,
Well,
maybe two.
Two. Yeah.
Because I have to
could
tell
have
you, after leaving her house and his house, I just remember sitting in the car going, this is not good. I have to tell you, not realizing how strong
Yeah.
a Manhattan is.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It's strong. But
You got to try this. Heidi, you're going to love this. You're going to love this.
Where does
It's
Heidi
about-
live? What is she?
Heidi lives right there in Franklin Square. She says, look
Heidi,
at your
Stop and Shop.
shop and
I-
stop.
Oh,
And
Ivorone.
Croatian
Target.
ways, suburban or Croatian. Oh, you look like one of those suburban or one of those Croatians. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or one of those
I've
witch,
never been called Croatian.
or one of those women that you burn, the witch
Burn
that you
baby
burn at
burn?
a stick. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Well, it was easy. I just had to go in the closet. It took me 20 minutes because I have tons of
no,
outrageous things. But
no.
did you see this pumpkin pig? Look at this pumpkin pig
What is it?
sculpture out of a pumpkin. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable what people are doing this
Yeah.
year. It really is.
Have you seen how they're dressing the dogs?
Yes.
Sure.
Everything
Yeah, is it? You know what I got to say? I know
Yeah.
everything nowadays. It's really, really. It's true. When I come back, I'm going to come back as a dog to somebody.
My family.
You know what I
my
mean?
family
It's like
takes
the
care
way,
of their dogs.
yeah, the way they take care of their dogs.
They really
You know?
treat their dogs like God. I'm telling you.
They do.
Hey,
But their dogs give them such.
I know. They say
You know,
dog
they
is
love
best
their
friend
dogs better
because
than their family.
dog doesn't give them no stuff, no problems. They don't
Yeah.
talk back.
Mm.
They want to be petted. They kind of love them, I guess, and they talk to the dogs.
Yeah.
I'm not that close to animals, but I have friends that are, so I appreciate that.
You what?
That people love their dogs, but I'm not a dog lover.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I like a lot of things, but dogs is not.
She just loves spending money.
Yeah, I like.
That's
to spend
that's
money.
her true love.
I do spend
Nothing
money.
else.
No, I have people I love. I love you.
Okay. All right. Wrong answer.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
really.
this is getting too much.
Isn't that hysterical? I just think it's hysterical. When I saw it, I said I
Okay.
gotta buy it. So like this.
Yeah. Okay.
She was.
Every day I wake up and I say to myself, "Self,
Is she
I'm
gone?
so happy that I have Valentina in my
I
life."
hope so.
And I do, and I say, "Thank you, Lord."
I feel that way. I really do. Like it's like a brother. It really
How did
is.
you guys meet or know each other?
Isn't that
She
interesting?
tried to pick me up in the dry
I
cleaners.
did. I tried to
That's
pick him
the
up from the
truth.
dry cleaners.
She goes, I like a well-dressed man.
That's exactly.
I was like,
what
hi, how are you? She goes, I like a really well-dressed man. A nice
I
tall
don't lie,
glass
that's
of
the
water.
truth.
Let's do
A
a
nice
show
tall
together.
glass of water. Yeah. She goes, you know what? You're coming on my show. And I said, really? She goes,
Oh,
yeah, and
okay.
you're paying me. I said, I gotta pay you. What are you up your rocker?
Yeah,
That's exactly what I said to her.
Now,
She goes,
this
I
show-
want this
No,
tall.
I
No,
think
no,
it's
no, no.
a
It was, yeah.
show.
And she
Okay.
turned around at the end. She goes, yeah, I like a. She goes, you're a tall glass of water. Just like that.
My shy friend said that.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
my
know-
shy.
They
What are you
don't
kidding
know
me?
This side of me, they know the different side, the nun that I
The
used.
nun?
to
There's
be.
no
I don't know
none in
about that
this.
one.
I used
There's
to
none
be
of
a
this.
nun. I used to be a
That's
nun.
for sure.
Back to
There's
Judith.
none of this.
I used to be a nun.
And what got you into tarot card reading?
Oh,
My
you.
restaurant.
Oh,
At the
really?
restaurant. Yeah, I had 8 readers there. And 2 didn't show up, and I sat down, and it was history after that. Yeah. I enjoy it. I really enjoy
There's a
building
there's a
it.
woman that used to and once everything comes back to normal, Shira.
Mhm.
Shira, she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman. Great family, great husband, great children, and I got to tell you, she's pretty amazing. The only thing is that she can't read me. Well, there's also reasons why, because I don't allow people to really like read.
Get deep.
Yeah, so I just don't. And there's ways of blocking that.
Yes,
you know.
and I had mentioned to Tina, she says, can you do a reading?
Yeah.
I said, it's very awkward to do a reading with so many people at a table
Right.
because it's one-on-one.
Right.
It would be just your energy.
Right, exactly right.
You know, you
And
have
see,
to
this is
lean
where
in and
this is where you know
wrong.
what this is where I have to tell you, that's why I credit her. I had a really big fundraiser at the high school, and she stood on stage, and she was pointing people, and I mean, people were like, "Oh my God," you know. I never believe in healing those healing people. I just, you know what it is, because I was a non-believer, and I have to tell you, my father turned around when he was alive, and he said to me, "I need you to come and get a reading." And Father McDowell, all the way in Boston, I said, "I'm not going." He goes, "There's demons and everything around you." He goes, "You're just not falling in the right path." And he goes, "You just really need help." I'm like, "I know that," you know. And so we went out there, and I'll be honest with you, I said, "I really don't want to do this." And it was a stage. I mean, it was like Joel Osteen.
Wow.
Mm.
It was one of those. He stood right here and he started talking. And then you saw people on the top. I mean, the place was packed. And I was on the first tier to his left, well, to the right as you're looking at him. And all of a sudden, he said a few things after he finished talking. Now he turned around and he started speaking in tongues. They changed his robe. And all of a sudden, he just turned around and he looked at everybody and he just started speaking in tongues and he started walking. So he started from the right and he went around the whole entire place. When I tell you, you were watching people falling down. And I was going, that's a $25
My
drop.
sister did.
And I was going, the one guy fell down the stairs really hard. I was like, dude, you got like $150, $200 for that fall, you know? And there were people catching him. And this guy, he was just talking and he just kept going around. And it must have been about a good hour before he got to me. And then all of a sudden, when he came right in front of me, and they said, you're supposed to ask for something to help heal, whatever it is. All I know is my father pushed me right in front, and I just stood, and he just kind of looked right through me, and he just went like this. I don't know what happened, but I dropped like a boom, like this, and I just lay there. And
On the
but they
ground.
caught me. They caught me. Yeah, two
Oh.
people caught me, and then the woman was rubbing my head like this, and she says, "Non-believers fall the hardest."
Wow.
Like that.
Wow.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I never even got a chance to even say what I wanted to heal. It's just when he walked right over me, and I just remember his gown as he's walking, he just stepped right over me, and he was just going like this, and he was just talking and going like this with his hand, and people were falling everywhere.
I went to
And this
one.
guy, he's known all over the world. There's really 2 of them, and there's an Italian priest also. He's an Irish guy, and there's an Italian. They said the 2 most strongest, most powerful healers in the world. And I didn't believe it, but this is like 15 years
I
ago.
had a healing mass at my home. I was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. I was given 2 weeks to live.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And don't be sorry.
Mhm.
Look,
I mean, you're
it's been
okay now,
2
yeah.
years, but let me tell
Oh,
you
okay.
something. It was so beautiful. My friends, my Jewish friends, Muslim, you couldn't fit one more person in the house, all receiving communion. It was, my daughter did the music, Andre Pacelli, You Raise Me Up, Josh Groban. It was like an event. And yet people, I had white roses, I gave her roses, champagne.
It was a party
cake.
on top of
I had to do
sadness,
that
right.
because people were talking to me like, "How are you?"
Yeah, like
I said, "I'm okay." I think, and I had to be strong for everybody else.
Right.
it's true. It's
I had to
true.
be strong. So most people would think you would start crying, you would do this, and I said, "Get my coat. We're going home. We're having a party."
See, I like that. I
You know what?
love
What are
that.
you gonna do?
I love that.
I had to be strong for so many people.
Yeah.
I had to be strong, but I wasn't. The part of the brain they hit was crying, so I cried for, a long time. But you just have to get through things. Worrying. What would have happened if I would have worried? I don't know if I would have been able to get through that.
Wow.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, it takes
I
a certain
don't
kind of
think.
personality not to
But
worry.
I was raised like that.
Yes,
we had
but
our
I'm
house
just
burned
saying.
down to fire. We
Right.
just had a lot. My father
Right.
said, "Don't worry, we're going to get through this. We'll
Right.
get
That's right.
through
This too shall pass.
This too.
True. That's what
And
my
it
sister,
does.
when she was sick, she went to the healing mass
Mm.
every Sunday.
Yeah.
And it became like a group of people that went with us.
Yes.
And,
You know, I have to tell you when I pass, what I want to do is no one is allowed to cry. That's one.
but that's tough.
And I have something that when everybody goes, because now I'm really happy because they have televisions and everything like that. So I update my eulogy, in other words,
That's nice.
every year. And what I wanted a mausoleum when I die.
Yeah.
This mausoleum is going to have the two chairs. Television screen. As soon as you walk in, you close the door, you sit down.
Press
The
the
screen's
button.
going to come on, and it's going to say, "Hi, thanks for coming to visit.
Oh,
Thanks for coming to see me." And I'm going to tell you stories, and we're going to laugh.
Yeah.
So by the time you leave, they're going to close, and every time you come, it's going to have like 5 to 10 different stories.
Where is this mausoleum?
So wait. I got to tell you, I turned around and I was going to Pine Lord, and they said to me that we're not allowed to have any kind of electricity, blah blah blah, whatever. And I said, "Well, what about solar? Why not do something solar?" But they won't allow that. But I really wanted that. I want to see. Look, I'm really. Do I want something like New Orleans where you're playing the trumpet? Yeah, I probably would like that. I don't want anybody crying. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Cry when you go home, but when you're there, the only thing I don't like about funerals, wakes, and all that stuff. My mother got really upset, and she said to me, "Please don't." She goes, "I got a great idea," and I said this at the wake. My mom goes, "When I pass, don't claim me." I said, "Mom, what are you talking about?" She goes, "Don't claim me. Just leave me in there. They're going to put me as a John Doe. And then they're going to burn me. And then it's free. Then wait after a month and you collect the ashes. And then and I said, "Ma," and my mother's trying to save me money. I was
Well,
like,
that's a mom.
I mean,
That's a mom.
really,
That's what a
I
mom
was
would
like,
say.
"Ma, are you kidding me?
Not me.
I got to claim you John Doe and I got to wait a month to have your ashes?"
Jane Doe.
Yeah, Jane Doe. I'm sorry, Jane Doe.
There's
Jane
a
Doe.
3-page listing in my death certificate on the computer. It says
What?
death. My death. My
Right.
daughter knows.
Well, you're going to bury
There's
everybody,
a
so it won't
party,
happen.
There's
We know that.
favors. There's the works that my death. And I'm not burying anyone. I'm helping
You what?
I'm not burying anybody.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
This one, she's the cause of death.
No, I'm not.
You kidding me? You talking about worry? Okay.
No.
She makes you worry.
But I do
No.
have a plan, and everybody gets a Cosmo at my they call it the after
Okay.
funeral
That's
Cosmo,
nice.
and they have to toast to
Yes.
something and everybody gets a favor at my death.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have these. These will be the favorites. So everybody
And
go
you
like
can rub
this.
your head.
Yeah, rub your head. All
No.
right.
Jerry gets to pick the favor. It's in the whole book.
Really?
Yeah, it does. It is. I have a whole plan.
But you know what? Nobody will be able to find that book in the mess
Oh,
of
it's
your
in the-
apartment.
It's in the computer.
You'll never find it. Listen to
says
me.
death.
When first of all, you have to go look. Beautiful apartment. Beautiful apartment.
Gorgeous.
And when I tell you, nothing but stacks of paper everywhere.
Full of it.
I need it. See, like right now,
Yeah.
if you don't touch this, you'll go look on the left side of a bed. All of this will be right there.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's it. But I need it. Don't touch it. I tell you,
When
know,
I do clean, it's all
you
done.
don't. Yeah, into another pile.
No, it's
From
getting
where
better.
she doesn't know how to throw out
Well, you haven't
anything.
been over for
Oh,
over
I
2
don't- I
months,
have
so
that
you wouldn't
same
know how
thing.
nice it looks. There's a rug that needs to get sent back. Still sitting in
Well,
the corner.
What did I say? Well, I wrapped it up and I put it in a
I
thing. What are you
know.
talking about?
It came back.
Oh,
We
It
mailed
came
it. It mailed it and it came back.
Oneonta State legend. You are.
It's got to be Okie.
Wow.
Wow. Who's the legend?
The guy I think is
Yeah, John O'Connor.
Okie. Yeah, he's
A lot of Irishmen out
Yeah,
there. for
that's
you.
right.
yeah, that from Rockaway. Okie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the legend.
Okay.
And FNDY captain, I believe.
Okay.
He could be a lieutenant by now.
I wonder if he
Wow.
knew Bells. Bells passed away. in the 911, but he was in Rockaway.
He knew it.
Bells. You ask him if he
Well,
knew Bells.
he'll
Did you know Bells?
Well,
Bells was a very popular guy in the
was
Rockaway
Bell's
Fire
his
Department.
nickname. I mean, he knew.
Yes,
Okay,
Belson was his last name.
he probably knows him.
Well, if he answers,
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
something.
Now, are you at the Rockaway Country Club?
No,
East Rockaway?
the yacht club.
No.
There's a country club in East Rockaway.
Yeah,
There's a
the
country
end.
club.
At
Where?
The end, right at the end. It's
Oh, Bay. You're talking about Bay Park?
no,
That's-
at East Rockaway.
There's
No,
not. There's a
you're-
country club
All
in
the
this.
way at the end.
You're
It's,
talking about Rockaway Huntington Club, which is in.
no.
Yeah, but
it's right
that's
on
not
the
East.
water.
That's not East.
It's right on the water.
Oh,
You're
you took-
sitting there and you can see the airport. So you're really at the end.
Oh, that's in like Woodmere. That's in the
That's
Towns.
5 towns. That's 5 towns.
Yeah,
It's not East
Because
Rockaway.
I know, because
No.
I used to have a dry cleaner
But
in East
a lot
Rockaway. And I
of
know
those-
East Rockaway
yeah.
pretty well.
a lot of those clubs
Yeah.
are called like the Rockaway
Yeah.
Club
Yeah.
or the
Right.
the
They'll
far.
have
Yeah.
But they're not
nicknames, right?
necessarily
Oh, I see.
like
Yeah.
the country clubs. They're called clubs. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what club you think. Where you sit out? Is it a yacht club?
They
You-
have no. There's no yachts there. It's
Okay.
all- it's,
boats.
no, it's
Uh.
just a swim club. And it was funny because
Oh,
I was at
wait,
the
you're talking
bar
about
there one
Eula
time, and
Point?
suddenly this man
Wait,
drops
wait.
dead right there. So I was
Hold on.
Somebody what?
Are you talking about Eula Point Beach?
no, it's.
So what happened? He
Don't
dropped
do it.
dead right on
I mean, it was terrible.
at the bar.
It's all wood in the bar. It's an old
Okay.
there's a fireplace there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
beautiful.
That's
What'd
in
you
the
do
5
to
towns
him,
somewhere.
Ginger? That he dropped dead.
No, it was terrible.
He was a worry wart.
It was
He says, "Dude, you keep worrying, you're gonna
Don't
die."
worry.
2 minutes later, poof. See, I told you.
Don't worry,
It was in my
be happy.
cards. I
Right?
told you.
Don't worry, be happy. That's
Right.
very true. But not
Yeah.
everybody can do that. It
Yeah.
depends on your personality.
Guys, I have to
I think
tell
a
you.
lot of it has to how you brought up.
Yeah, but I think
Well,
also
you know what?
after you turn,
Um,
after 50, you don't worry as much.
That's
After
not true. That's
60,
not true.
You really don't.
That's not true. What are you talking about?
You're a warrior?
Not anymore.
Do I worry?
I'm not anymore.
You know what? I don't worry like I used to. That I know for sure. Because now I reached the point in my life I really just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I do care. No,
You,
you know what it
don't
is?
say that.
Look, would I ever want someone to say something that's not true about me? Where a long time ago that would really, really eat me up.
Now it's
I'm telling you, where I would lose sleep, and I'm like, why would this person ever say something like that?
Exactly.
You know why?
I
You were
can relate to
sensitive.
You know,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, I know,
extremely. And you know what? And I know,
Now it's
and I know that people that know me, I'll do anything in the world. for
That's
you.
give
true.
good energy
You know what I
to
mean?
everybody.
And so for someone to
does.
say something that's not true, it would bother me.
No,
But
no.
now, if you say something about me, I just look at you and I'll laugh and I just feel bad for you.
Well,
know,
outgrow
But the
that.
only thing, it's not even outgrowing. It's just you reach a point where it's not even outgrown because I know some people that still like he worries. You know,
Right.
and,
Well, not as
and
much.
yeah,
Not
not
as
as much, and that's good,
Well,
and that's
I
good
think
though.
when
But
you
that's
live
good though.
here, you're
At
gonna
least,
stop
at least,
worrying.
at least, at
Well,
least,
I don't worry.
at least you see that,
Yeah.
and that's really important because a lot of us don't even see that.
Right.
You know, a lot of us just don't. We just turn around and, it's like, well, I'm worried about my kids. Look, my 2 older kids, I worry. I don't worry as much because they're grown-ups now, pretty much. I mean, they can handle themselves. Of course, I worry if everything's, whatever. My 2 little ones, I worry a lot. I mean, nothing bad. I worry a lot where I just want to be with them all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not even worrying, really. Like if I could have them here with me 24/7, I would have my kids with me 24/7. That's how my 24/7. And plus, because I'm older too, my two older ones look at me like I must be a lunatic because
You
my
want
2
your
little
kids
ones,
to-
my 2 little ones, they'll jump on the couch and my 2 older ones will say, "Dad, you see what the kids are doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay. It's a couch."
But it wasn't
Where
okay
my
with
kids
you,
are like,
and
"Dad,
then,
you would have
no.
like strung us up."
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, I mean, I know you pick and choose your battles, but I turn around and it's true. Now I realize things aren't as,
Right.
they're not, look, it's nothing detrimental. The kids jumping on the couch. I wish I would have known that when I was 23, 24, when I had my kids. I
Well,
was too
true.
young. The kids didn't have an instruction manual when they were born,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I look at it as if I could have my kids with me 24/7, I would. I really would.
Thing,
And,
right?
and I love that feeling. And I just hate that I see my kids grow up.
Yeah, because
And
eventually
something
they're going to say,
like when I
"I'm
lay
going
when I
out,
lay
Dad."
when I lay in the bed and my kids lay in the bed, and sometimes I make my son, he'll play games, so he has to have his head this way and my head is this way, where his feet used to just hit my legs and my lower part, but now his feet, it's like almost right in my face now when he lays in, and I'm watching them grow, and it's like I just sit there and I just stare at them, and I don't know, maybe I'm just whatever, but I just
No,
love.
it's true that
I
when
just,
you get
you know-
older, you don't worry as much. You let a lot of things go. Some things get you in the heart, and then the next day you go, you know what? Life is short.
Well, I have to say, guys, thank you,
Thank
thank you, thank you, and thank you, Murph. You know what, dude, you're
And
something.
Murph, you're going
I got to
to
tell you
the
because you
spa.
know what, I really, you know, when Murph said to me, and we have a lot of mutual friends, and I was laughing because we were at a gathering, and this was
He's
the
going to
best.
the spa.
This is how you know things have changed. We were at a gathering with a bunch of friends, and one of the priests, you know, welcomed a lot of the dads, and it was like a dad's club kind of thing. And I felt really, really happy I was invited, blah blah blah. And Murph was there, and I'm sitting there, and everybody's drinking, smoking cigars, and the priest, he's like a great guy. He's a wonderful. God bless him, and I wish him the best. And everybody's sitting there drinking. And I just kept thinking, he goes, listen, I got this mix. And I was like, Murph, are you serious? And he goes, are you joking? And I thought he was joking. He goes, no. He goes, I'm telling you, you got to try it. And I got to give you a lot of props for that,
Thanks,
really.
thanks, man.
It's
Thanks,
really-
Greg.
Great drink.
Thank you,
You know,
Great marketing
Thank
you.
package. I like the promo.
Ginger. Thank you. Thank you
That's
for the
right.
reading.
And thank you for reading. I have to thank you very much for reading. I didn't know, you know what? I don't naturally do readings, but I'd like a reading from you.
Whoa.
If you can. And she can't be around because it's
I
yes.
don't want to be
And
around.
the blood pressure. The blood
Yeah,
pressure.
thank
I
you.
don't need to
You already
be
see
around
that.
for reading.
You see that. You saw that
I can't
already.
even read.
Everybody says to me, you got a tan. No, it's the blood pressure that she just brings out of me.
And so
You know.
nice, you know? I don't know what it is.
Anyway,
It's a
guys,
gift.
thank you for the show. It was a wonderful
Thank you.
show. And I want to thank all our sponsors and
Hero
and
sponsors,
Teddy, thank
yeah.
you so much. Oral Puro,
And-
great, and Tranquility Spa, thank you again.
And Dr.
And
Demora.
Dr. Demora, you know what? If you have any kind of aches and pains, you got to go see Dr. Demora. There was one of my friends. I know I'm forgetting. Cajun Bucket. Thank you again for what he did. A really great guy. He took me in when I was really hungry late at night, and I couldn't believe he was
fed
just.
you.
He was just a great guy. Thank you so much. And
And,
other than that, and that's a
it's going to be a wrap because I want to
And
say
happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody.
Trick
Be
or
safe.
treat, kiss my
Be
feet,
safe.
Give me something good to eat.
It's a wrap.
Halloween.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank
It's a wrap.
you.